Hello, Matt. We're going to have a short chat just now about a new bit of functionality that's come out on Exelsys to help with the time attendance functionality, and that's to do with geolocation and also what is going to turn out to be geofencing in the near
Absolutely,
future.
absolutely. So exciting functionality. What I'll do, John, if I may, is ask you a few questions, and you can give us the lowdown on what it's all about.
Cool.
I'll try not to make it too challenging. So, what is the time attendance module, and effectively, what's it being set up to achieve for a
Okay.
business?
Yeah, sure. It's sort of functionality that everybody knows about and uses. It's essentially clocking on and clocking off for employees. Now, in sort of fixed locations, that was traditionally sort of a clock or a punch card. It could be a sort of biometric thumbprint reader or a slice of card. It's all sorts of different things. On Exelsys, it's part of the app, and it's actually a soft button. So it's a button that's on a smartphone or a tablet, something like that, that an employee can press clocking in, and then at the end of their shift, they can clock out.
Good. And can that clocking on, clocking off also be connected to other bits of hardware in a customer's business, for example, if they already have some clocking on, clocking off stuff?
Yeah, it's totally, it's configurable so you can have a sort of mixed ecosystem of who does what where. It's really configurable.
Very good. And what's geolocation all about then, John?
Geolocation is essentially Excelsis will take a grab of where the person is when they use the soft button. It uses Google Maps. So essentially, you will be able to tell where somebody actually is when they press the clocking in, clocking out button.
Very good. And there's a mention here of it's available as a chargeable module. So my understanding is time attendance is a chargeable module, and then there's something called you've got geofencing, and then you've got geolocation. So can you talk to us about
Yeah,
where all
sure.
those bits fit together in terms of purchasing this as a thing to add onto Excelsis?
Yeah, sure. So time attendance is an optional module for Excelsis, and Google started charging for geolocation, so we've had to split that out as a separate optional module too. It's pretty reasonably priced. It's not expensive. For most businesses, it will be a maximum of a couple of £100, typically for the size of businesses that we have, sort of £100 or so, but it's really good value for what it actually does, and it collects that geolocation data for when somebody presses the button.
Very good. And then I was going to mention kind of a couple of £100 a year, I think is the
Yeah.
licensing from what you were saying. And then geofencing, what happens when geofencing launches?
Well, we're just working on that, and it's going to be launched in the next couple of months. And geofencing takes geolocation to the next level. So it will allow a company to set a location where clocking in and clocking out can occur. And that's sort of plus or minus 200 meters. So it's sort of for a shop or a location or an office, rather than going down to a sort of room in a building. And it just means that people can't clock on from home or from somewhere where then that is not their place where they're meant to be for work.
Yeah, okay, very good. I thought this would be a good juncture to actually show what this looks like for a user. So if we go into the mobile app, so we've effectively got the mobile, light user experience here, just to make it really nice and simple. Here is the work time area. So I'm going to click into work attendance. So now, as John was just describing, my options are I might be on a business trip and then I can register some working time. I could work from home or I could work from the office. So if I'm heading into the office, I can do my check-in now. I can say I'm sure, and now that's going to start registering my work time from 12:30, which is the local time set for this business, and then it'll start clocking up the time I'm at work, and then when I want to check out, I can check out. So it's
Yeah.
super simple to use. So that's
And
what
though
the
I think
user
it's
experience looks like.
Matt, it's important that those drop down options from where you work, that's totally configurable for each business.
Absolutely, very good. So, what's what are we trying to stop? What is geolocation and geofencing helping us to avoid, and what business improvements is it delivering, John?
Yeah, well, first of all, it's efficiency because it reduces sort of scams about getting your friend to clock in and clock out for you because it must be done from your smartphone or your tablet or whatever. And it and when geofencing comes in, it means that somebody must be at their place of work to be able to do that. So it's a big improvement. There is a measurable improvement in reducing the amount of scams around sort of about working, claiming work when you're not there. Um, and it also means that you can't get that a worker can't get a friend or associate to clock in on their behalf.
I thought this might be a good juncture at which to jump across to the full user interface and have a quick look at what that looks like in
Yeah,
real time. So we've got this workforce management um, module here, and within that module, we've got the time and attendance features, so charts, records, and absence from time and attendance as well. I'm just going to go into the records here, and we've got that pre-configured for one of our colleagues. So if I have a look, we've got Linda Martin selected here, and we can see some of the locations where she's logged in. So we can see some of the ones that are highlighted as potentially not where she should be logging in from, and some of the ones where she is logged in from an appropriate location. And I can come in here and just check out the location. So we can see the address from which Linda has logged in, and then as you described, you can start to preset that so that individuals can only log in from the locations or clock in from the locations that they are allowed in inverted commas to work from. So that's what it looks like actually on the application. So if we then jump into this final point here, John, how does what does this mean in terms of people getting paid and payroll processes?
well, it just fits into the payroll process seamlessly. It makes the tracking of working hours just a bit more seamless and accurate. You, a business will not be overpaying for work not done. And also, there's a degree of employees and accountability that they know that this system is looking and checking. The last thing I think to sort of be mentioned about this, and it's something that employees might worry about, and this is sort of slightly sort of big brotherish, um, looking at their locations all the time. It it only takes a snapshot of the location when the clocking on button is pressed
Yeah.
or pressed to clock off. They're not being tracked. they're not being tracked continuously where for their location all the time of work.
Okay, very good. So
It really
it's
is
for the
just
purpose
taking
that it
that.
was designed, and
Yeah,
nothing more. Very good. So I guess in terms of if any of our clients partners want to learn about this, they can get in touch with you, John. And so the mail is on the screen here. Thanks very much for your time, John, and great to hear about these features and the forthcoming geofencing as well.
that's brilliant. Good to talk to you.
Thanks, John.
Bye now. Bye.